AM 560, The Answer.
Say I'm doing you wrong, doing you wrong.
This is the cul-de-sac of serfdom. Harvey's just the very beginning. If you did simple math, the whole country's bankrupt. Bill on the south side.
Yeah, Shaun, I remember hearing from an analyst that it takes 4 workers in the private section to support one government worker.
Let me ask you something. When you heard that, was Nixon president? Because that was true in 1971. But think about this, Bill. That was true, and that was the beginning of the fight for the welfare state, right? But think about this. When 91% of Americans, 91, receive health care subsidies, who actually pays taxes? You know, this is the illusion, right? I think I'm an earner. If you don't make $562,000 a year, you don't pay any taxes. That's the fact. You go through the ritual of being taxed. But when you see what Barack Obama and the genius of the communist healthcare system was, is he took people who make that kind of money and he made them eligible for subsidies to hide the fact that the Obamacare scheme drove up health insurance premiums 400%. So he hid that. So when you look at how many actual Americans pay more than they receive, it's a complicated system, right? Because if a guy's got 4 kids and they go to Chicago public school, well, how much is that? That's $120,000 a year. You think he pays $120,000 a year? This is why it relies on government printing money. This is the scandal. It is a financial fraud that is perpetrated on all of us. And they have guys, and I'm not attacking. I like Maurice. I don't know him, but I like him. I'm not attacking him. But what happens is it gives you the mindset of defending your virtue welfare roach. Who's more virtuous, the college kid or the cop or the fireman? Who's got the virtue? Nobody. And you want to know what's funny, Bill? All these other countries, this is why they're poor. This is why they've been bankrupt for hundreds of years, if not thousands of years, because they tried to pretend that was legitimate math. It's not. And the reason that we're the youngest and the richest is we never partook in this. This whole thing where municipal workers are millionaires, that never existed. That's only about 40 years old, 30 to 40 years old. And it's destroying the country. And Harvey's the beginning. It's not even the beginning. It's just where the destination leads. So that's old math. I would venture if you put 2 zeros on that, 400 workers, when you funge out all the math to pay for one government worker making $119,000 a year with all his benefits paid for and that phony math scheme, I'll bet you it takes 400 if you wanted to, which is why all these Democrat states are bankrupt. Every single one of them. These municipalities are all done, over. It's all a financial crime, Bill. It's just math. It's not me. It's the math you're mad at. George in Naperville.
Yes, Shaun, I'm sure Broadview has benefited greatly from Lori Lightfoot's help. Can't you do the same for Harvey and get it straightened out over there? Those firemen need their cash.
They need it. And you know what you made me think about, too? When a sloth like J.B. Pritzker cheats on his taxes, on his property taxes, lies, frauds, when somebody who's connected to the short-in-the-pants Chicago Mafia hires a couple of the colleagues of Ed Burke, a couple of the associates of Mike Madigan, and they get their property taxes because they know the judge. Hey, how you doing? We lower the What's that? What's the devastation of that? So even when you hear this moron, Brandon Johnson, with his ridiculous, laughable punchline of a hairdo, pretend he's solving problems, he knows you're not even solving the VIG, which, by the way, who's loaning you the money? The same guy that's in control of your pension fund? The same guy that sold that fraud to the society in the first place? The same scam artist? Don't worry. You got a cousin who needs a cork on his fork for Thanksgiving? We got a job for him. We'll put him in the office.
Corporations, right? We're talking about $1 trillion worth of cuts that benefit large corporations. And so what I've done...
Corporations. $1 trillion of what? What do you mean cuts? You mean where you let them keep their own money? And then what you're going to do is take it away? If you are an honest man and you believe in this and you subscribe to this, you deserve to have nothing the way you're going to be left when these buzzards pick at your bones, because there is no private economy left anymore. It's a fraud on top of a fraud on top of a fraud. Robert in Bloomingdale.
Shaun, how are you doing tonight?
Wonderful.
Yeah, I'm angry too. You know, you're talking about what's going on in Harvey down there. I got a problem with people who are on welfare and don't want to work, and they're able to. For example, I know somebody who shall be nameless who's able to work, but she chooses not to. She sleeps all day, goes out fine dining every day. And I spoke to her
Stacey
father.
Davis Gates?
No, and then
All
her
right.
father.
Good guess, though.
Well, get this. Then her father comes and says, "Oh, that they're going to cut her Medicaid off in her SNAP," and he's all upset about it. And I think, good. You should be working. If you're able to work, you should work. Get off your deadbeat.
But here's the thing: it's a different world because you've managed to take honest people and put them on welfare. This is the problem. You've managed to somehow give 91% of Americans subsidies to hide a failure and a fraud of Obamacare. And that's what the shutdown's about, because when they can't get it passed, and hopefully they don't, that's game over. Because once people understand, you know what you used to complain about at $500 a month for a family of four when you had a $50 deductible? Yeah, that's $2,500 a month. That's $30,000 a year. And you know what your deductible is? A Buick. Your deductible's a Buick. So you don't have any fracking insurance, but you do have to pay for that sloth drug addict gangbanger who just shot 5 people. And each one of those are going to cost you $500,000. It's a fracking joke. Craig, am I great with?
Oh, hey, Shaun. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
You know, this thing in New York where you got these streets, the Mondani, you got the Como, and
the groper?
Okay.
He likes a groper. You don't go around him with a sweater. If you have cleavage, he'll grab those son of a guns. He'll hang on for life. Go ahead.
Now, this other fellow host
Let the headlights go.
yesterday,
Yeah.
this Hugh yesterday, he gave some advice, and I'm totally disgusted with him. I lost all respect for him. He says, "Oh yeah, see, we don't really have a chance, so go ahead. We need to vote for Como whenever that." And I'm thinking to myself, you are a coward, and you don't have any faith, and you're dumb.
See,
all
but
three of those things.
This is the thing, man. Some people, this is why there is no such thing as compromise. There's just agreeing to be wrong. Andrew Cuomo is a scumbag. Andrew Cuomo is directly responsible for the death of tens of thousands of people during COVID.
Exactly.
He's been linked to every scandal, and you're going to tell me I have to vote for the good of what? If you vote for the Democrat, reap what you sow. The answer should be this simple. Fence it off. And now my offer to you is this. Nothing will give you nothing. Now suffer on your own socialist math. See how it works out. Because obviously there are some people you can't teach. You can't reason with. They're called Democrats. And they're worse almost than the ones who prey on them. They're also called Democrats. They're the ones who provide the half-ass service. 312-642-5600. We'll be back.
This is the Shaun Thompson Show on AM 560. The Answer.